can everyone just shut up? Okay, just, oh God, I've got a splitting headache. Today's video is taking place about a day after one of my closest friends' bachelorette parties. And as you can see, it was a really good night. But in all seriousness, I just wanted to talk about one of my closest friends. She's getting married very soon in October, and we had her bride day. And I wanted to tell you all about it because it was honestly one of the most fun nights I've had out in a very, very long time. So here we go! So the day started off with getting mani-pedis, and I was really looking forward to it because I've never really gotten a real mani-pedi before. We started off with pedis, and you know, they soak your feet and they have like this massage chair, except it was an odd massage chair. Like instead of having a massage chair that like gently does that shiatsu massage on the muscles on the side of your spine, it like massaged directly on my spine, and then it massaged my shoulder blades instead. And then of course they do that thing where they buff your feet, but I didn't realize how ticklish I was until the lady took out the block of nail file and she started buffing my feet, and I was just sitting there like a giggling fool. It's just silly. So, up next, one of the coolest parts about the bachelorette party is that the maid of honor got an Airbnb for all of us to stay at to be our headquarters, and it was just so cool and so spooky. So it was this like unmarked brick building that was full of what used to be office spaces, but somebody like owns all of the floors in the building and he lives in one of them, but then he rents out the other ones as Airbnbs. So we arrive and it has this like really dank smell, and everything is bright, and just there's beds in every room, but there's like beds in weird closets and a bed here, and oh, the toilets. One of the toilets was like pink porcelain and another toilet was black porcelain, so like you couldn't even see the color of stuff, and it just had that like spooky vibe. Like you just know that April Ludgate would love to stay there forever. And pretty soon everyone started arriving and we just started getting ready. Oh my God, girls getting ready for a bachelorette party is like the most fun you could ever have. I had already done my makeup, but I still needed to touch up my lipstick and do some other things. And then we got bachelorette party goodie bags, and they had temporary tattoos, which I'm wearing right now. See, flash tattoo right here. Got like bride party on my shoulder. We just had a wonderful time. Another girl, she brought glitter, so we all just started rubbing glitter all over our faces and stuff. And the goodie bags also came with a straw in the shape of a certain, oh, Edmund, come here. Edmund, I'm making a YouTube video. Hold on a sec. Ah! Oh my God, he's very squirmy. Edmund, say hi. This is our one-eyed cat named Edmund, and he wants to leave. Oh, he's staying. Perfect. Okay, where was I? And of course, in wonderful bachelorette party fashion, the goodies had penis-shaped straws. I would love to show you it, but I'd probably get flagged by YouTube, so let's just paint a picture. Perfect, thanks. Once we were all ready and properly black dressed and tatted up and glittered up, we got an Uber to go into the Grove, and we went to this wonderful tapas restaurant called Sanctuaria. So we got tapas, and I kind of was expecting the tapas to be a little expensive, but God, I didn't expect it to be that expensive. It was delicious, but it was like itty bitty plates, you know, tapas, $13 per itty bitty plate. Like I should have, at those prices, I should have filled up on Taco Bell beforehand and then gone and gotten the tapas for those itty bitty plates. After dinner, we went to a great bar called Rehab. They were having drag shows that night, so we went out to the back patio. We had a few drinks, we watched some drag. It wasn't the best drag show I've been to. I'd say the best drag show is at Hamburger Mary's because it's actually on a raised stage and you can see the ladies come out in all of their beautiful, perfect glory. This one, you're on a back patio. They kind of come down on like a lower step section and do their performance, which is great if you're in the front row, but it was a Saturday night packed to the brim with people. So if you really wanted to watch the drag show and the women dancing, you'd have to like sneak your way through or be 6'3" like that one guy who was kind of creepy and a little annoying. But that's neither here nor there. We still had a wonderful time. I I have a few videos I'd like to show you, so roll that tape. Yay, drag! You know, I read something interesting once about drag queens versus drag kings. When a drag king enters, no one really notices, but when a drag queen enters, everybody takes notice and starts worshiping her. Me too, like I love seeing 6 foot and taller Amazons, you know, men who just have the most beautiful gigantic wigs that I wish I knew how they made. Although as a cosplayer, I have my guesses. The reason people will pay more attention to a drag queen than a drag king is because women in our society are consumables. We're here for entertainment and for consumption. We're like a product. So after the drag show at Rehab, we went to this bar called Parlor, which has turned into like this arcade bar kind of thing. I think I've been there before, unless that was the Atomic Cowboy. I don't know, it's hard to keep the Grove bars straight. Stop it! After midnight. But then the coolest thing happened. So we walk into the bar and Courtney gets pulled aside automatically by this guy and he's like, hey, we're part of a bachelor party scavenger hunt and we need you because you're one of the scavenger hunt things. We need someone who looks like the fiance, like the bachelorette, in order to win this scavenger hunt thing. And she's like, oh, okay, that's weird. And I'm just like, you know, Mama Kate's just like, hey, I'll come with you. This stranger wants to pull you aside and take a picture with you. So Courtney asked to see a picture of the bachelorette. So she's like, I mean, if I really look like her, I need to see a picture. And I kind of saw a glimpse of the picture and I'm like, huh, that bachelorette looks kind of similar. And all of a sudden, my friend Adam turns around and it's his bachelor party. Like the same weekend Kaylee's having her bachelorette party. Now this is Adam, not my friend Adam, the wrestling friend buddy, but my director for Jekyll and Hyde that I was in last year is having his bachelor party that weekend. And he's just the best guy. Honestly, just so happy and friendly and so glad to see people. And it wasn't just him there either. My friend Julia, who was in Jekyll and Hyde, was there too. So it was just like, what are the odds that it sounds like everybody is just having a great time at the Grove on a Saturday night in mid-August. I mean, it kind of just goes with the theme that like Saturday night was the perfect night to be out. I mean, it was really the perfect weather. It was like 70 degrees, maybe a little bit cooler. Next, we went to Handlebar, which was just another really wonderful experience. So we went through Handlebar, we got a few drinks. I wasn't really feeling any buzzed anymore. I think I was really done being drunk for the night. My drinking happened when we pre-gamed at that super cool Airbnb before. It was loud, it was fun, there were a ton of people dancing, but we all went around to the back patio and it was just so nice. You know, I already told you it was the perfect night, perfect weather. It wasn't very loud out there. We decided to come up to this table that these 2 other people were sitting at. We're like, hey, can we join you? We're a bachelorette party, woo! And that's another thing we were doing. We were walking down the streets going, woo! To everybody that passed by because we're woo girls now. I cry in the shower, woo! We sat next to the Scottish guy and his girlfriend and some people started chatting with him. That was cool. I was kind of going in and out. I was mostly just taking in the sights, people watching, kind of floating in and out of conversations. When I turned around and there was this guy and he was just like, hey, are you guys a bachelorette party? And I was like, yeah, my friend Kaylee's getting married. He's like, hey, I'm a freelance stripper. Do you guys need my services? And I was just like, you know what? No, I think we're good for the night. You know, Claire's really the one who's planning everything. You know, I don't think we really need a stripper. Erin was super interested, to say the least. So she definitely started spearheading this conversation with the freelance stripper, who also turned out to be an elementary school teacher in North St. Louis. And she was like, I don't really believe that. I mean, if you're a stripper, but I completely believed it because
He looked kind of young, and if he just graduated and got his degree, then really North St. Louis or any other parts of like rural Missouri is the only place you could really get a chance to teach, so it seemed perfectly believable to me. One fun thing he wanted to do with us is have us guess his age. So I'm looking at this guy. He doesn't have a lot of wrinkles on his face. He is smoking a Juul, not cigarettes or a vape, and he was at Handlebars, so he's obviously older than 21. I believe he was younger than 25. So that's what I told him. I was like, you're between 21 and 25 because you don't got much wrinkles and you're smoking a Juul. Only people younger than 25 smoke Juuls. Anyone over than that has got like a full-on vape the size of a brick that they've probably customized themselves and take a lot of pride in. Turns out he was 24 and I was right. Yay! Of course, you should have seen his face when I said only young people smoke Juuls, because then he looks at me just like, young people, how old are you? And then of course I say I'm 28, and then I get that look again. I'm just like, yes, I was born in 1990. I mean, I couldn't help it. No one's perfect. But kind of a running gag that night was just, I would listen to Aaron and the stripper's conversation, and then I would listen back to the Scottish guys, and then I would come back to the stripper, and I'm just like, but who are you? You know, I don't think he even told us his name or anything. And then I turn around back to the table, and there's this other guy sitting at this table, this like, you know, semi-attractive blonde guy, and I just look at him, I'm like, who are you? Like, what's going on? Where are all these men just appearing around us like daisies? Matt was talking to Courtney. Courtney got up and walked away. So then I asked again, like, who are you? Like, who are you again? I wasn't being rude, okay? You have to understand. Just like, who are you again? He's like, oh, I'm Matt. I came over here because I thought the blonde was hot, but it turns out she has a boyfriend. I'm just like, there it is. There it is. And then I turn around again, kind of paying attention to Stripper and Aaron, and there's another guy there. Who are you? Like, what is going on? Okay, so I'm sure a lot of you have already guessed what was happening, but you have to understand some background for me and why I didn't catch on soon enough. I met the man that would become my husband in 2007 when I was in high school and I was 17. He became my boyfriend, my first kiss, and we stayed together until we got married, and we've been married for 5 years. So I've been with the same man for about 12 years. Never been with another man, never really was in the dating scene. So I did not realize that a bunch of hot girls in little black dresses, all done up in 4-inch heels, night out on the town, we were attracting whatever straight guys that existed in the Grove straight to us. And it didn't pop into my head until later when that Matt guy was just like, I came over here because the blonde was hot. And I was just like, oh, duh. Just because I've never been single as an adult in the dating scene, I didn't realize that this is what happens. You go out as a hot woman and just then come flocking, you know? Who are you again? He's here because you're hot, Kate. Get it through your thick skull. And I was so innocent about it. I just wasn't used to all that attention. Let me tell you though, Handlebar was just popping. I mean, the last time I went there, it was like, I don't know, 9 p.m. So there was like a guy strumming his guitar, singing really softly, and you're sitting there awkwardly like drinking a Blue Moon. You're just like, okay, cool, I want to talk to my friends. Oh, okay, you're gonna start another song. But that night there was like a dance party going on, and I don't know if you know this about me, but I just freaking love dancing, like dance parties. If I could dance every night in just this big mass of sweaty people, I would just be a happy girl. So I really wanted to dance, but it didn't happen. Turns out our next stop was Pie Guy Pizza. And it was just a wonderful way to start winding down the night. We were outside, we all got pizza, we all started burning our mouths, snarfing it down because we're all just a bunch of hungry girls. We were just talking, enjoying the night, watching people walk by and all the different styles that they wanted to wear. After that, the night ended pretty soon. I mean, we all hopped into an Uber, we went back to the Airbnb, we all got hunkered, you know, kicked off our shoes, brought out the champagne flavored gummy bears, water with peanut straws, and we just started relaxing. I was not fit to drive, so I called my wonderful husband Isaiah to come pick me up, and he gets there and I invite him in, and he's like the only guy who got to have like a slice of the bachelorette party. So he comes up to the Airbnb and I show him around and all of us girls are talking. I get on his shoulders, he lifts me up, we wander around, nothing happened, you dirty bird. We just said hi, and then he took me home,
And that was it. Like, I mean, I took my contacts out and I just went straight to sleep. And I did not wake up until 2 p.m. the next day. And I wasn't hungover or anything. I was just exhausted. I mean, it's been a really long time since I really partied like that. Like, we were at bar after bar after bar, getting drinks, getting food. We went to Trops somewhere along that night, and I kind of remember like trying to prove to Kaylee that I could tip a table over. I could have if I wanted to, like flip the table over, but I think all I did was like a show of force where I just like nudged it a little. I didn't even take my makeup off. So I wake up and I actually took a selfie of myself, you know, the morning after. It was just the perfect night. I know I felt wonderful about it, and I really hope that Kaylee was made to feel like a princess as well. Kaylee, if you watch this, happy bride day. You and Drew are absolutely perfect together. I love you so much. Good luck.